In this series, we will be going over abortion laws per state, and we are going to do it alphabetically. Today, I am going to start with the state of Alabama. Upon doing a quick Google search, it appears as if abortion is completely banned in the state of Alabama. However, that's not entirely accurate. The law does ban abortion in the sense of them terminating the life of a child, but it does not ban it in the case of an ectopic pregnancy or a lethal anomaly in the child, which is defined as a condition from which an unborn child would die after birth or shortly thereafter or be stillborn. There is also an exception for a medical emergency, which is defined as a condition which, in reasonable medical judgment, so complicates the medical condition of the pregnant woman that her pregnancy must be terminated to avoid a serious health risk as defined in this chapter. The next exception is a serious health risk to the unborn child's mother. And it goes on to say, in reasonable medical judgment, the child's mother has a condition that so complicates her medical condition that it necessitates the termination of her pregnancy to avert her death or to avert serious risk of substantial physical impairment of a major bodily function. This term does not include a condition based on the claim that the woman is suffering from an emotional condition or a mental illness which will cause her to engage in conduct that intends to result in her death or the death of her unborn child. However, the condition may exist if a second physician who is licensed in Alabama as a psychiatrist with a minimum of 3 years of clinical expertise examines the woman and documents that the woman has a diagnosed serious mental illness, and because of it, there is a reasonable medical judgment that she will engage in conduct that could result in her death or the death of her unborn child. So essentially what that is saying is if the mother's mental health is bad enough that she could potentially off herself or her child after birth, that they will perform the abortion. In the next section, Alabama Code 2623H-4, it goes on to explain the exceptions. And it just says, it shall be unlawful for any person to intentionally perform or attempt to perform an abortion except for as provided by the subsections, which is the section I just read. An abortion shall be permitted if an attending physician licensed in Alabama determines that an abortion is necessary in order to prevent a serious health risk to the unborn child's mother, except in the case of a medical emergency as defined herein. So that means you can't get an abortion unless you meet one of those previous regulations that I spoke about. And after an abortion is performed, a second physician who is licensed in the state of Alabama has to confirm that they agree with the reasoning for the abortion within 180 days after the abortion.